see once we leave the island, we're not on a TV show anymore. Like, that's real life. That's different. And I told him that I wouldn't want to leave with him ideally, and that he should leave alone and work on himself like that. We had the conversation many times. They didn't air that. So how did I really feel about Grant? Like, did you see the narcissism? I mean, I did. It, again, like, hindsight's 2020. Like, I did see the narcissism after the island, but I thought that, like, on the show, he was doing things, like, more dramatized and more, like, intense because he was kind of, like, maybe acting in a way. Because I'm like, we're on a TV show. Of course he's gonna, like, want to be maybe someone that he isn't truly. And then I think once we got off the island and I realized that some of the ways he acted and that some of the things he said was not for TV. That's literally who he is. So I was like, okay, that was when I was like, okay, I'm out of here, you know? Turns out that's just him. LMAO, exactly, Han. Han gets it. Brianna and Shantae are still together. Was I aware of him saying that he still wanted Ash after pursuing you on the show? So that was a prime example. I talked about this on some of my videos, but like, they can take any confessional from any point in time and clip it after any scene. So I know that he didn't just go straight into the confessional and say that, and he was very back and forth. I'm sure he was actually like that in real life, but in the scene that you're talking about specifically, after we had that conversation on the hammock, we went and had like a whole pool day, and we weren't like even mic'd up for that. So I know he didn't go straight into the confessional to do that. He could have done it that night. He could have done it hours later. He could have done it a week before. Who knows? He was very back and forth, but so in situations like that, I know that's just like editing. Thank you, Gabrielle. Why don't me and Grant talk still? Because have you seen the way he acts? A, I feel like that's kind of a given. B, he cheated on me with Ashley after the show. And C, in real life, we would have never aligned as a good couple. We just kind of really connected on the show and then thought we could connect off the show, and it was a showmance, guys. It ended. What are some of the hookups that happened off camera? With who? Because not my place to share, but there was some things that happened. Maddie, I was your favorite. I love that. I love it. I love it. Do I miss the show? Was it any fun? The show was honestly super fun. I think the hard part about doing another show would be knowing that I don't have the same like group of girls, because the girls are what made it fun. Like, when the guys were like, the guys sometimes just drained the life out of us, because the whole show was about them and their emotions and their journey, and like day in, day out, we're sitting there listening to these boys like talk about their feelings. It's like, let's have fun. The girls were there to have fun, and like that's why our house was such a blast, because like it was just like a big vacay with a bunch of like really amazing girls. Like, the single girls who all got casted are like the absolute best. And so I miss that about the show. I miss living in a house with all the girls. Are Danny and Ash together? No. Leno and Alex? No, they were never together. Alexa and Leno, they're engaged. Oh, you just started watching it? Okay, honestly, you should not be on my live. I don't want to spoil it. Camilla, you're watching it right now and I was having fun. Yes, I was having fun. How long ago since I filmed? It ended filming in like June. Did someone? Oh, it went to the. Don't spoil the tea. I spoiled tea on my live. Oh, Destiny, thank you, girl. Why didn't you guys see where the ladies were staying? Because we had like our own separate little area. off the side of the house, kind of. And it was just one room where we all stayed together. So it wasn't aesthetically pleasing like the boys' rooms. I'll just put it that way. What was my goal of going on the show? To get in a relationship or exposure or free trip. So I was going into it like worst case scenario. This is a free trip to Hawaii. Hawaii is my favorite place. I would never turn that down. I was really excited to just like go live in Hawaii. Like I have family there. I go there quite often. So I was honestly most excited about just being in Hawaii for a whole month. I was really excited about that. And that's why I was like, worst case scenario, I was not going into it looking for a boyfriend. I feel like this was the wrong show to go into it looking for a boyfriend. I was very optimistic that I would just have a good time and stay. Thank you, Sarah. And that's exactly like what I went to do. I was not expecting to build a connection with anyone or really get close with anyone. I thought, worst case scenario, I get eliminated first. And I was, oh, thank you, Olivia. But I didn't get eliminated. And I got to stay through the whole thing. And like I met a lot of really awesome people, but I honestly had no expectations or no goals through the show because I was honestly just happy to be there. I just feel like it's a really cool, like once in a lifetime opportunity to like film in a Netflix show. So I was just like hyped about that. And I got a lot more out of it than I thought that I would get, even though it kind of ended badly. I still was just like really happy to be there, Someone please tell me, please, Tyler and Kay. So they're not together now. Ah, Lindsay, Illy girl. I hope you guys see me somewhere else. I would definitely do another Netflix show, maybe one this year. I guess you guys will just have to see. I am not with Grant. Kay and Tyler's status, they're not together. How long in did he cheat? So it was like a month, maybe. Thank you, Quinn. Yeah, we got paid. It was a job. It was, we were filming a TV show. But outside of that, I'm in sales. Ooh, I've never gotten this hat before. Thanks, Heavenly. Yeah, he cheated on me like a month in. So that's why I'm saying like it was short-lived. It was so long ago. That's why I probably seem like very far removed. Thank you, Caroline. I'm super far removed because like at this point I don't care. It's been so long. It was so short-lived. But was I mad with Ash? No. I mean, it's kind of like touche, like I wasn't in a position to be mad at her for that. And like, she's not the problem, like Grant's the problem. Grant's the one who was playing her and playing me and saying things about his relationship with me that weren't true. And like my relationship or vice versa. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Like he was the one who was like playing both sides, and like when we connected we realized that because like I sent her all the screenshots of what he was saying to me so that way she could like match timelines and be like, oh, okay, like this is, and so that way we could like connect that way, I guess. Yeah, like once we kind of actually got to have a conversation and once we were off the island, and because like I don't act that way the way I did on the TV show. I don't act like that in real life. Like that's completely different because I was there for a role that isn't how I operate in my real life. So that's why it's just completely different. Yeah, he cheated on me with Ashley. But again, like that would never be something that I would be mad at Ashley for because that's not her. Even though, whatever, it makes no difference if she knew we were dating or not because it was Grant is the one who needed to like stick in the relationship with me, and he was the one who needed to stick in the relationship with her and not be telling us like two-sided things. Like he acted like he was single in the house, and who knows what he told her. So like, that's a him problem. What was the process to get on the show? It was kind of long, honestly. There was like multiple different like kind of psych evaluations and little interviews and Zoom calls, and It was a fun process though, because they ask you a lot of questions about yourself. And I feel like if you guys are looking to go on a TV show like this, you got to really know who you are, and also like to be potentially like hated on or loved, or know who you are. And I think that the process of them getting on the show helped with that, because like I kind of learned about myself getting on the show, if that makes sense. See, that's also the psych eval. I feel like it might be a trick thing, because like, how did some of the boys pass the psych eval? Or did they not pass and that's why they wanted them on the show? Like, reverse psychology, you know? Because then they know if they don't pass the psych eval, it's going to make for good TV, so they put them on the show anyway. Food for thought. I don't know if that's actually real, but like, that definitely has crossed my mind several times. Hashim, are you going live right now? Do you want to join me? Super duper slay. Let me see. Hashim, go live and then we can go together. I actually don't know what happened with Yamin and Tay. You guys should ask them. Hi, Hallie. But for real, what's wrong with Grant? Girl, Charles, your guess is as good as mine. No, so we didn't have our phones at all, which was awesome, honestly, because like in this day and age, who goes 4 weeks without having a phone? But it was so hard. Like, I missed my dad so much. I was sad that I call him like 4 times a day. So for me not to talk to him and then miss a month of his life, I was behind. Will there be a reunion? Ooh, love you too, girl. Yeah, because no way Breon passed. You guys, Breon actually wasn't like, I was surprised at the edit that he got. Hold on. Need some water or something. I was honestly surprised at how bad his edit was. I also need to charge my phone. I'm gonna go to the gym here soon too. I need to put on an outfit. But I'm gonna get some water. You guys can come with me. You guys want to see my cat? I'm showing Minnie to my live. Oh, yes, Bella, nice. It's actually my roommate's kitty, but she's also mine. I mean, no, his edit was bad, but like, it was worse than like I remember him being. You know, but also maybe because I was like with Grant, I didn't pick up on the things that Breon was doing that I like. Because watching it back, I was like, why are you saying all these things alone in your room? Those were the comments that I was like, Breon, what? But put me on the phone with Shantae. What would you say if you're on the phone with Shantae? How much is scripted versus real? So it's not actually a scripted show. It is like, it's guided in a certain sense, and like, you know what your role is, and you know kind of like what you're there to do as a temptress or as a couple, but like, it's not like scripted. Like, we're not reading a script and like acting per se. Although I think that like some people, maybe some of the boys, like I thought they were acting a lot of times. Like the way they'd speak sounds like you're speaking from a script. Like I thought from Tyler too, a couple times I was just like, you sound like you're speaking from a script, but maybe that was just the persona that he wanted to give off on TV. Because that's the thing, is it's like everyone has their own agenda. Like when you go in, I mean, it's at least some people. Oh, Hallie, thank you. And Rosie. I will do a skincare routine video. I think I'm going to start a YouTube video. Or I'm going to make a YouTube video on my YouTube channel that I haven't started yet. And I'm going to start by doing the outfits that I wore. And then I'm going to do a skincare routine and a makeup routine. But I'll do like little snippets on here. Aubrey, I'm not with Grant. My first reaction to Grant not asking me to leave with him was thank God, because I was worried that he was still going to ask me, even though I told him, Sarah, you're awesome, girl. Thank you, Gabby. I was worried that he was still going to ask me to leave with him, even though I told him not to, and that was not going to be a good idea. I was worried that he was going to still want me to leave with him regardless. So I'm glad. Was Tyler a bad person? No. Sarah, thanks for the confetti. I've never gotten confetti before. Who gave me the biggest ick? Grant. I mean, they were all kind of walking icks, like low key, but high key also. Watching it back, I'm like, wow. But when you're actually living it, it doesn't seem like they cherry picked all the ick moments from the boys and really put them on the show. So it was more diluted when we were actually like there. So Paige, why did Grant and I split, or when? You must have missed that chapter. So that wasn't in the show. That was all after he cheated on me with Ashley. I don't know. I can't wait till you guys are all caught up on all the tea, so that way I don't have to keep talking about this. But, yeah, cheated on me with Ashley. We broke up. I haven't talked to him in like almost 9 months now. Thank God. Do I really just talk about the show all day? LOL. Well, I try to answer your guys' questions when you ask them. I haven't been on live either in a while. And so I feel like there's a lot of new people on here, so that's why I keep talking about it, to answer your guys' questions. But if you guys have already heard me talk about this, you don't have to sit on my live. Hi from Maine. Oh my goodness. I've actually always wanted to go to Maine because I grew up in Oregon, and Maine is the furthest state away from Oregon. And I was like, always wanted to go, but I never made it past New York. Are we surprised? Exactly, S. We are not surprised. That's why I was like, peace, and you'll never hear from me again because you showed your true colors. We knew your true colors. So let's just like, move on. Did my dad watch the show? Yes, he did. He also met Grant after the show. He knew everything that happened. My dad's like my best friend, biggest supporter. Sorry to my haters. And he knew everything. Honestly, my dad's probably in my live right now. He watches all my lives. Hi, Maddie and Izzy. I love you. Girls are always in my live. Love the support. Grant and Ashley are not together now. No. Opinions on Leno. So you guys, I love Leno. I love Leno and Alexa. They are actually the cutest couple. They are actual Temptation Island survivors. Like, that's crazy. My first date was with Leno. You guys kind of missed because they didn't post it, or not post it. They didn't air it. Like, all of Leno and I's conversations that we had, and like all of like us getting to know each other. Thanks, Sarah. You're my girl, Sarah. You're really awesome. I had like so many conversations with Leno leading up to the first date, because that's like, he didn't just pick me for the first date. Like, there was a whole like meet and greet with the boys that they didn't air. And that whole morning, like, Leno and I ate breakfast together and pretty much talked on the patio for like a couple hours and really got to know each other. And that was the difference between Leno, is like, I could sit and talk to Leno for hours and I knew he was about his girlfriend. He acted like he had a girlfriend. Grant was not like that. Grant acted single. So that's like just a big difference. And that's why I love Leno and Alexa. I've loved hanging out with them like in real life after the show. And thank you guys. It is on Netflix, yes. Did I get a clothing allowance? No, I did not. It is on Netflix. It is. Why are you guys thinking it's not? Why did I pick Grant? Kelvin, did it look like any of the options were that great? No. There was 4 boys to 14 girls total, 12 at a time. Like, that ratio, this was not, like, this show was not real life. I would never be in this situation if it was real life. Look how cute. I have my name on here. How did I find out he cheated? He told me. Which, So, contrary to popular belief, Grant took accountability. Thank you, Gage. The reunion is out. My side of the reunion is also out. It's on the Vile Files on YouTube. I'm not Latina, no. Oh, they're saying the reunion isn't on Netflix. I thought you were saying the show is on. Sorry, I missed some comments. Yeah, the reunion is not on Netflix. They messed up. I don't know why they didn't put a reunion on Netflix. That's kind of crazy, but thanks, Tally. Thoughts on Breon? So I do think that Breon got a bad edit, that he's not actually that bad in real life. But watching it back, I was like, how, like, the things he was saying, I missed all of them on the show. So that's why my personal experience wasn't what happened on the show. But again, like, they can make things look worse than they are. So I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, because it's hard to, like, be on a show. But, like, I don't like going too much into it, just because, like, I don't know. Like I said, I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But, like, the things that he was saying alone in his room, I'll tell him to his face. Like, that was just, why on earth are you saying those things? But who knows how they clipped it up. They can take audio from, like, other moments and put it into him saying something with his, like, mouth moving, but it's audio from something else. So it's just, like, I don't want to 100% believe that, like, all that is true. But maybe that's just me being naive. Who knows? I am from Temptation Island. Oh, thanks, Paula. Yeah, we got paid to be on the show. I don't think any of us would have done that for free. Thank you, Sarah. I think that it was a different scenario, Abby, because they also signed up for the same show. They knew that they were going to have to date other people, and that they could form a connection with someone, and that things could get physical, things could not get physical. Like, they signed up to put their significant other into a situation where all of that was possible, encouraged, and, like, kind of pushed on. And so it was a TV show. It wasn't real life, you know. I'm Guamanian and Filipina. Kara, yeah, if you have one episode left, you should honestly wait. I have lots of videos, like, recapping everyone's main question that you should come back and look at. But, oh, Nuru, thank you. At first, you didn't know if you were gonna like me. Thanks. I'm glad you ended up liking me. I mean, I feel like they kind of cut my personality out of the show. I do not have veneers now. I've never had braces either. I have my dad's teeth, so thank my dad. He didn't have braces. He has beautiful teeth too, so honestly, I have a lot of my dad's features. Grant and I do not talk. Wait, what did he say in his room? So I can't remember exactly what Breon said. I just remember when he was alone in his room speaking out loud with his mic on, with the cameras on him, he said things that were just like, why? Like, think those things. If you're thinking them, that's why I'm like, was it just to, like, did he know he was going to be a villain character, so he would say villainizing things, you know? Like, someone has to be the villain, otherwise the show wouldn't be good, you know? Files, that's on YouTube. They have, like, they had one podcast with the couples, and then they had one podcast with me. I don't think any of the other singles have had one yet. I don't know, they might. Oh, thank you, Glenn. They might, but they haven't aired it yet. I had mine, like, last week, so you guys should go listen to it. It wasn't too long. It was only like 45 minutes. The one with the one with the couples was like 2.5 hours long. I had to, like, sit down and watch it, like, so many times. Ashley, I don't know if this is too personal, but can you tell me, how do you have no razor bumps? So I get laser hair removal. If any of you girls are, or guys too, are in Arizona, I go to this lady, Kelly Field. She literally is amazing. I swear by her for like all my skincare stuff. I'm going to post more in-depth video on like everything, but she saved me from razor bumps and like just like hair in general, made being on the show really easy because we're in swimsuits every day. Like she does like everything under the sun. So I'll make more videos like that. And like I have an appointment with her actually tomorrow. So follow along on my Instagram because I'll post stuff with her, and I'll on to her for years, but now since so many people are asking, I'll start tagging her and stuff so you guys can see her stuff. Did they give us outfits? So thank you, Lucia. They did give us outfits. Oh, thank you, Quinn. They gave us outfits for like the dates and stuff, but when we were just hanging around the house, we wore like what we had. The outfit inspo. So that's why I want to do an outfit video, and I started making it last night. Like I went back to all the parts that I scrolled through all the parts that I was on the show, and then I was recording my outfits, and I was like, I feel like I just need to make a YouTube video about this, because I feel like doing it, if you guys have specific outfits that you want, ask in the comments and I'll probably know in my head where things are from. But I'll make a whole video with like pictures and like linking them. I think a lot of them are honestly sold out now, because again, I shopped for all this a year ago. But the red bathing suits y'all own, so they gave us the red bathing suits, so I didn't have that. Most of the swimsuits that they gave us though, my green one, my brown one for my first and my fourth date maybe. My brown one was with Leno. That one's from JMP The Label. Thanks, Ashley. And then the green one's also from JMP The Label. I would honestly assume that the red ones that we wore were also from JMP The Label, because the girl who owns that company is I'm like totally blanking right now. She was in a reality TV show. I'm not sure which one, maybe like Siesta Key. I've never watched it, but she owns a swimsuit brand, and so she kind of sponsored what we were wearing. Oh, thanks, Talia. Yeah, see, you guys know more than me. Was I surprised by how much they showed on TV? No, I mean, we were all very fully aware of what they were going to show and what they weren't going to show. And if you guys look at previous seasons, like there's always a threesome, there's always a shower scene. Like those are all things that happen in all the seasons, especially like I was a Temptation Island fan, which I'm not even like a big reality TV fan, but I am a Temptation Island fan. And so these were all things like, I mean, at least all the seasons that were memorable for me had a threesome and a shower scene. So it's like, just happens. Does the laser burn? So I've actually gone to a lot of different places to get laser done, and that's why I love the place I go to so much. It's in Chandler, Arizona. It's called Bernarda Dermatology. If any of you guys are in the area, like Gilbert, whatever. But this is the best laser. It's painless. It has like a cooling tip. It literally like no numbing cream. It's like literally takes 5 minutes and it does not hurt at all. It's actually insane. I don't understand what type of technology it is, but I will never go anywhere else to do any sort of laser ever, or like tattoo removal, or like any laser that they do. It's all the same like machine that they use. I don't really know, but did Leno cheat or do anything weird that wasn't shown? No, Leno was for his girlfriend. He was the only boy that was actually for his girlfriend. Like, you guys, he was like funny and like had banter and like played into the show. And that's why I think you guys think that he acted a certain way. But I'm telling you, like, I had my first date with him and I knew immediately like he wanted to propose to his girlfriend. And we were all so supportive because he's like a 1 in a million boy who goes on a show and then ends up proposing to his girlfriend. Like, clearly the other boys were not there for their girlfriends and they acted single. Leno did never like acted that way. And that's why he left the show with a fiance, you know, and they're amazing together. How did I feel about Grant leaving alone, you guys? Like, sorry, I've just answered this like 10 times, but I told him more than 10 times. I told Grant to leave on his own. He needed to work on himself, clearly, because he's crazy. He needed to work on himself. Didn't do a good job doing that, clearly. But yeah, I was fully aware. I told him that I didn't want to leave with him. I said that if he did end up asking me if it was in front of the cameras, I probably would say yes, but I don't think it's a good idea. And so that's why I was honestly worried that he was just going to ask me regardless, like for a show, like a show thing. But I'm glad he didn't. Because when we were there, I thought it would be even a better look for him to leave on his own. And I think it honestly was a worse look, but we didn't know how things were going to like play out. So I would have said nope. Grant's nose bothered me. No, it was not all fake. Did I ever feel guilty or bad in the show? You shouldn't feel bad, by the way. No, because we didn't get to like see or hear anything from the girlfriends. We only knew what the boys were telling us, and like we all signed up for the show to play a certain role. And it felt like Grant was completely done with Ashley. It felt like he was a single man. It felt like there was no reviving them and that he was moving on, and his job on the show was to move on with one of us. And so it wasn't like a real life situation where I would never jump into a relationship in real life with a man who's A, in a relationship, B, getting over a relationship, or like C, thinks that he's not over a or thinks that he's over a relationship, but he's not actually. You know, like those are such red flags. Those are such turnoffs to me, where it's like, I want nothing to do with that in the real world. And so that's why when I went into it, I was so open-minded, being like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to leave here with a connection. But that's why it was such a surprise that Grant and I did get close. But given the nature of the show, when you go on 5 dates with someone, you're living in a house with them for 4 weeks, you're spending day in, day out. Like, think about vacations, you guys. Like, you go on a 4-day long vacation, everything you do is together. Like, you guys can imagine how close you actually get with them. Oh, thank you, Mella. How isn't that the real world we're living in? It's real. Because it's not the real world. We have no phones. We're being told, like, where to go, and we're living in a house. There's cameras everywhere. We have mics on. Like, it's a TV show. It's not the total real world. Never go for a man that's not over his ex. Exactly. Like, that's the most dangerous situation. But again, that's why it's on a TV show, because it's entertaining to watch. Why did you guys bang, though? We got close, and we did date after the show. So it wasn't just like a nothing situation. Like, Grant and I did get very close, because all we did was talk to each other. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story, like one of the BTS videos that I took, or that I got sent to me. It was like literally us tossing an egg back and forth, talking like with the whole group, because we had nothing else to do besides toss eggs back and forth and talk and make up songs and lay there. Like, if we weren't going on dates and things, like, it was literally like summer camp on steroids with the Temptation Island twist. Like, it's just a very interesting thing. But it was really fun, because it was just like a completely different thing. How did I get onto Temptation Island? Someone DM'd me. So then I went. The women's house had finer men. I know. But I think that's the point, right? Like, of course they're going to be better looking than the boys, because otherwise they wouldn't be tempting. Kelly, you're watching it right now. Sid, yes, I knew he was going to leave alone. I told him that he should leave alone. New fave show ever. Thank you, Jameson. Okay, you guys. I'm probably going to go... I'm going to go with my bestie to the gym. But I'm going to try to keep going on live. I know I took a couple days off, so. But love you guys. Thanks for tuning into my live. Bye. Tuning into my live.